Gee, Lannis.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, your new host, Brendan. It's gone. I'm your new host now. Deal with it. This is Fat Jack's Comicrypt. We have comic books. This is Al, our moderator. There's Jason Voorhees, and there's Albert. Say hi, Albert.
Hello,
Albert. Anyway, I'm your host. If you don't know who I am, either come in Wednesdays or Fridays, and you'll see me here after school, or Sundays, and I'm here. I do signatures. I do signed signatures. You want an autograph? I'll give you an autograph for free. I'll do anything you want for a price.
Atlantis. How does all this work?
How this works, Albert, is you see a book you want, we'll sell it to you. DMs only. If you see a book you want, leave it in the chat. Al, the moderator, he'll let us know, and we will hold it for you. This is an arm. If you're in the Philadelphia area, you can come to our Center City shop, which is this shop right here. And if you're in Jersey, we have a shop in Jersey. And if you need it to be sent out anywhere else, email us at what?
fjccshow@gmail.com.
Yeah, that.
Or you can try keep going.
Or call us at
215
763.
963.
There it is. It's right there on the screen. So there. It's on the screen. All right, let's get started. I don't know what any of these books are.
What's up, Zayn?
So
Zayn, you gotta say hi to
Atlantis, you have to say hi to Atlantis.
Yo, Zayn, yo, what's up, man? High five.
You know Zayn, you met Zayn on the Zayn show.
Oh yeah. Everybody who walks in here, I remember their names. All right. So like I said, I'm only 18, and these books are older than me. So let's.
I mean, it says on there, price and condition, issue number. That's all you got to do is just read it off, man. If you want to keep going.
Yep. Hopefully I can read this. I'm missing my own take. Let's get started with this one.
Yo, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's up? Whoever is there. This is Avengers issue number 100 at $100. Yeah. It's the 100 issue. It says 100 issue right there. So, Avengers issue number 100. This is the 100 issue of Avengers. It shows Hawkeye wearing a skirt. So, if you're into that, then congratulations. It also shows who's that? Hercules. Yes, I know who Hercules is. There it is right there. This is $80. Is that it? $80. If you want to buy a book with Hawkeye in a skirt and Hercules and Blue Panther.
Is there a condition on there?
That's Black Panther. Sorry.
What's the condition?
Up top by the logo.
Little corner.
VF.
So that's
very fine.
There we go.
This is very, very fine. There's Hawkeye in his skirt there. See, look, there's his skirt right there. Oh, that's Thor too. Yeah, he's in this too.
You know what's crazy? No glare when he holds books.
Yeah, it's doing very well.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
This is Atlantis' first time, so if you have any kind of critiques, just let us know.
Brendan's last.
We can alter however he's doing it, but so far, man, you're doing well.
So this is the Amazing Iron Man issue number 47. It has Iron Man and a dead woman. Oh wait, she's not dead. Maybe. Only way to find out. Buy the book. $60. You're welcome. Very fine condition. You're welcome. Iron Man.
Atlantis.
Shackle and Chain. Yes, Albert?
Have you ever heard of Barry Windsor Smith?
Never.
Okay.
Anyway, let's continue.
Do you know that Avengers 100 and the Iron Man that you were holding up right there are both illustrated by Barry Windsor Smith?
Did you want to get up here and talk?
No, I just wanted to make sure, in case you wanted to know. If you wanted to let everyone,
I'm learning here too. All right,
Mr. English, I'll get you the total. Give me a call on Tuesday. I'll get you the total for you by then. We can do it over the phone if you want to.
Yeah. Can we turn it to the comments so I can see the comments as well.
If you take the mouse and just click it,
All right.
the comments will come up.
Oh, yes, delicious comments that other people are saying.
Delicious. They're all talking about it.
The price for Static issue 1, we will get to that. Where is it?
No, we'll go to.
Why don't you show it to him right now?
No,
All right.
We'll go to static number 1.
Yeah. Forgive.
We'll politely go to it.
Yeah.
We'll politely go to the book that the customer wants to talk about.
Exactly. All right.
That's what we're gonna do.
You know,
Because we work here.
customer,
Do you not recognize
This
this?
one?
There you go. Yes.
this one, because the only one was Static on.
You got it.
This is Static issue number 1, released in 1993. I was not even thought of at this moment.
And that's polybag too, I think. Is that complete?
Yeah, it's a nice bag. Is it a nice bag? No, I don't know. Wait, maybe.
It was the collector's edition.
Yes.
So,
So
go, please.
you have Static, and this is back in the 90s. So he looks like take Crossbones' son who had an attitude problem, and yeah, Static. Static was popular in this new show, Static Shock Show, which I never watched a day in my life, but it was nice. I heard, maybe, I don't know. Anyway, it is very fine new mint.
Very fine near mint.
Near mint, very fine near mint condition. It is $40. So if you want to buy it, $40. It's a very good book. I'm holding it, so that's a plus.
Do me a favor and just thank Mr. Xenon. He's gonna pick it up.
And thank you, Mr. Xenon, for buying the book.
Cool. He said you did a hell of a job.
Oh, yeah. Okay, back in order. Oh, by the way, no more of special selections. I'm doing this in order, okay? Because I don't be like, hey, what's no. Okay. So back to where we were.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. The Static number 1 got claimed.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Sorry. Tell him any books over $40 probably a key issue. Oh, okay. So I'm clear. Arthur English himself says, tell him any books over $40 is probably a key issue. So
He told you.
So don't forget to tell me that every book over 40 issues is a key. Speaking of a book over $40,
Here we go. Back into it.
Moon Knight issue number 1. I'm assuming this is the first appearance of Moon Knight, which I'm probably wrong.
It's
I'm
actually
not. I'm wrong. Albert said I'm wrong.
But
I'm
it's
wrong.
close. It's close. It's his. Was it first ongoing?
Ongoing.
It's his first ongoing.
Yeah, that. So you have Moon Knight, as you all know, he's getting his own Disney Plus show. That's great. Oh well, he is.
And it's newsstand.
Oh, and it's
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a newsstand. I totally know
So that means
what
it
that
was like
means.
super low price now.
It's super low price.
It was newsstand when he priced it.
Super low price. Very fine condition. $60. Pretty cool. I'd buy it if I wanted
You got
it.
some
but-
books on hold. You got to buy first.
What?
Is there another first appearance in that issue?
Is there?
Bushmaster.
Yes, there is.
No.
The very first appearance of a blue background. So, yeah. All right. You're right there, Moon
All
Knight.
right. Well, thank you, Mr. Edson. He's gonna grab it. If you
Hey,
can grab
Mr.
that,
Edson, good job, man.
I'll find it myself.
You are now the pride owner of Moon Knight issue number 1, released in 1980. I was literally not thought of at this moment, which is kind of sad.
Neither was us. You're all right.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, all right. Thank you, Mr. Edson. Mr.
Which-
English, I'm sorry you got it. This would have been the first Moon Knight series, yeah?
Correct.
Yeah, so this was the first ongoing Moon Knight series.
All right, let's continue. Let's read the comments real quick. Okay, Duke Hammond says, LOL. I don't know if you're laughing with me or at me, but Fred Chamberlain. Milestone was a great label that DC created to promote diversity. Okay.
We could
And
both
you-
leave.
Look on the bright side. 100 years from now, we won't be thought of either. Okay. Yeah. Tell that to Abe Lincoln. All right. And Julius Caesar. And King Tut. I can go on. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, let's continue. Giant Defenders, is this what this is? Giant. Here we go. Giant Size Defenders, issue number 3, released in 1997. What's so big about them? I don't know. I guess they're giant. Doctor Strange, Daredevil, Hulk, Namor. I guess they're giant egos. So issue number 3. Ooh, we have a caller.
Whose first appearance is in that book?
That's a good question. That is a good question.
Amazing.
I don't know.
Can you read it?
Barely. Oh, the Grandmaster. Oh, wow. Says right there, new when the Grandmaster shows up. So I'm assuming Grandmaster. Hey, is that?
There's another villain there.
Oh, whoa, that's amazing. Another villain. Only one way to find out who the villain is. $120. Claim it, and it's yours. Any grade on giant size defense. Oh, and it is very, very, very fine condition, which means it's very fine.
All right. Well, Mr. Kieran's gonna take that one.
Hey, good job, man. You now own this book, and you get to find out who the other first print of a villain is. Who? I don't know. Spoiler alert! Don't tell them.
I'm like annoyed that I had to take a phone call. This is the first show I'm gonna watch.
All right. Now I'm assuming most of us are over the age of me. Okay. So which either means, hey, you have kids or you don't. If you have kids, they love what? Fortnite Battle Royale, and here it is. What? The Defenders. Al, am I reading this right?
The Defenders.
Oh,
That's
close
what it
enough.
said. Defenders.
The Defenders, issue number 84, Battle Royale. Battle Royale, kids. Battle Royale. Battle Royale. Battle Royale. Battle Royale. $60. Anyway, next.
Which two characters fight for the very first time in that issue?
Hulk and Namor, I'm assuming, because they're...
It literally
the
says it on the
biggest-
sticker.
It does. I can't read. Oh, first battle between Namor and Black Panther.
Why is that significant?
Oh, because in Avengers Endgame, there was a reference. The people automatically assume that Namor was going to be the new villain in Black Panther 2, because in Avengers Endgame, Okoye talked about an earthquake in the ocean. So, is it true? Maybe. It's just fans, over assuming stuff very much. All right. Oh yeah, and Hulk's there too, and so is Doctor Strange, but I guess he wasn't good enough to be on the cover. $60, very very fine near mint condition, great book. I think I never read it before.
I'm gonna take that. Thank you, Mr. English. You want to thank
Thank you, Mr. English, again. Mr. English, I'm gonna call you Johnny English. All right. Okay. The Defenders, issue number 19. Wait. Yeah, issue number 19, released in 1973. The second appearance of the Wrecking Crew. The Wrecking Crew, as you know, are a bunch of crews who wreck stuff. And as you can see, they wrecked Power Man and the Hulk and Doctor Strange. So that's stuff for this guy with a crowbar to beat up the Hulk. I know it's a powerful crowbar. I know, but it's over. The Wrecking Crew has triumphed. As villains say in the 1975s. I think so. I don't know. Who's that? Star-Lord? Is that Star-Lord?
Nighthawk.
Nighthawk, close enough. Anyway, this is $30. It is very fine, near mint condition. Second appearance of the Wrecking Crew. Cool, I guess. Anyway, who wants to buy it? Yeah. No one? Okay. All right, I'll lost order.
I mean, run with it.
Oh.
What do you want to talk about? If something's jumping out at you,
What's up? You gotta be okay. This time I'm gonna pick. Viewers, pick one. Pick one.
Okay.
Okay, pick one.
It doesn't usually work too well, but we'll try.
It really does.
I'll wait.
Just say he'll wait.
Yeah. A lot of dead air.
Lance, what's your YouTube channel for your show?
I don't do YouTube no more. That show is.
No.
Anyway.
You tried.
It's Fireboy and Iceman.
You got
In Silver Surfer issue number 15, released in 1970, $35, cool price. I think. I don't know. I never read the book. See a Silver Surfer attacked by the Torch. Oh, see the Surfer attacked by the Torch. Why? Only one way to find out. Claim your book. Only one way to find out why you're attacking him. As you can see, he is wearing shorts, silver shorts. So, yeah, I guess. Anyway, this is fine. And what is it? Fine.
That's a great.
It's fine.
That's fine.
It's just fine.
Oh, fine.
It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's
Somebody says, "Yo, how's that book?" You say it's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. You want a fine book? Fine.
Die.
Can you do me a favor? Can you do Mr. Williams a favor?
Who's Mr. Williams? Oh, you're Mr. Williams.
He's in the chat. He wanted to talk about these right here.
Oh, ho, ho.
And this icon.
Oh,
You know anything about Blood Syndicate or icon? I mean, do you want Albert to jump in?
No, I'll figure out myself. Okay, let's begin. I'm gonna put this book right here so I can talk about them each. Icon, released in sometime
Probably 92, 93.
Yeah. What the Icon? She got your hero. She's got your hero right here. That could be a joke about something else. Maybe DC. Yippee. Released in 1990, 100 or something. It has the approved Comics Code Authority. So don't expect too much.
Is there a first appearance in there?
Is there a first appearance in here?
I think it's called Icon and Rocket.
Yeah.
Do you know
Icon
who's who?
and Rocket, because I'm assuming that's Icon because he's there on the logo. And
Yeah, Duke. I'm sorry. This guy claimed already, but
swipe again. Thank you for reclaiming this book. Icon was a great read. It was a great read. I think I never read the book before. Okay, I'm gonna.
And why don't you show off those blood syndicates real quick?
Yeah, blessing, because I'll get to that too.
Here, you want me to help you?
No, I got it.
hey, Lance, we got to do.
We do a break.
No. So these got claimed by Mr. Williams, and then
I have to show them off
Show
first.
them off real quick.
Show what the people lost. Who claimed it?
Mr. Williams claimed these.
Mr. Williams. Thanks to you. Before I even show them off, you now are the proud owner of these two. I'm gonna show them one by one. The proud owner of Blood Syndicate, America Eats Young, issue number 1.
Yep.
1, released in April. When? I don't know.
1992, 93.
Yes, that. So you got Iron Chomps here, and hey, look, it's Robin again. I think that's her name. I don't know. You got Dr. Voodoo. I mean, wait, that's not Dr. Voodoo. Who's that?
All right, Lance, I'm going to help you out. Albert's going to step in real quick. Let's quickly finish this off so we can move on to another book.
Brendan, you're here.
I know, I'm
What?
here. Can you believe it? I
What?
had to take a break, and I really
What?
appreciate you.
How'd you skip the basement?
Well, I had to crawl out of the Greg hole. I had to get back
man.
out here. All right, so real quick, Blood Syndicate number 1. This is the collector's edition. Blood Syndicate number 1. This is the non-collector's edition. Very fine near mint, $15, and very fine, $8. Thank you so much, Terrence. Always appreciated, buddy.
And you guys have a Conan 24 to talk about.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
All right, Lance.
We do.
Okay.
We, us.
All right, well, how about this? Why don't you stand over here? and we'll talk about it together.
Yes,
All right.
Well, we'll talk about it, all right.
All right. So, Atlantis, you ever heard of the character Red Sonja?
No,
Okay. All right. Have you ever heard of Conan the Barbarian?
from the show,
The show?
Movie.
You mean the movie?
maybe.
All right. Well,
There was that cartoon.
there was a cartoon, yeah.
Yes.
Which was that strange period in the 80s where a bunch of R-rated, gory, violent movies were all turned into cartoons.
Like
Rambo, RoboCop, Toxic Avenger,
I like Toxic Crusade.
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
Yes. All right, real quick.
Team.
This is Conan the Barbarian, issue number 24. This is a very fine minus copy at $100. This is the second appearance and the first cover of Red Sonja here, before she was completely sexualized.
Oh, let me see.
This is also the last Barry Windsor Smith art.
Ah, never mind. It's boring.
She's wearing a chainmail before.
She's wearing clothes. Who wants that, man?
Yeah, I know. So anyway, Conan the Barbarian number 24. That is the second appearance and first cover.
Thank you, Mr. Chamberlain.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chamberlain.
Mr. Barucci, we have 2 copies of 23 of different grades, so whichever one you want, we'll get you.
All right, we'll talk about those
My
right
turn.
now.
My
All right, wait, no, here, let me just finish this, Atlantis. I appreciate your help immensely,
I'm
man.
the host here, man.
Hey, when Mike calls us twice, the shtick is over.
Am I doing a bad job?
No, you're doing a wonderful job. But Mike would like to try to make some money here.
Okay.
So let's.
Mr. Ensign, I'm sorry, I got claimed already.
Yeah.
24.
All right, so this is the high grade copy. This is Conan the Barbarian number 23. This is a very fine minus copy at $180. This is considered the first appearance of a character Atlantis does not know, Red Sonja. So again, Conan the Barbarian number 23, very fine minus at $180. First appearance of Red Sonja. And if 180 is a little rich for your blood, we do have a very good copy, which is lower grade, obviously, at $40. Again, Conan the Barbarian 23, first appearance of Red Sonja.
Bye.
Thank you, Lance.
Thank you, Atlantis. Mr. Chamberlain, Mr. Barucci claimed 23, so he gets first dibs, and then whatever copy he doesn't want, you'll get. Unless you say claim both, you want both number 23s. Is that what you're doing? Because then you got both of them, and Mr. Chamberlain doesn't get anything. So however you want to do it, the ball's in your court.
Yeah, let us know. Let's just stick with Conan real quick for right now. We have Conan number 3. This is a very fine copy at $80. This is the third appearance of Conan, and where he fights the Grim Gray God. All right, you got to go, Atlantis. Atlantis, dude, thank you so much for your help, man. It was an absolute pleasure, man. You really made me laugh, dude.
That was great.
If you guys like me more than Brendan.
Yeah. Why don't you say goodbye? You know, just wave goodbye to everybody.
He does have school in the morning.
Yeah, he is.
Hey guys,
He came here on his own.
it's me. I'm back again. You know, the better host.
Definitely.
This is Conan, issue number 6.
Number 6, yeah.
Issue number 6, released in 1971.
Yeah.
Very fine plus condition.
Very fine plus at $60.
Buy it
There you go.
or don't. You know.
Atlantis, man, get home safe, all right, buddy?
Bye everybody. I'll see you next Sunday, baby.
All right, man.
I don't feel like showing up.
All right, don't worry about it, brother.
Mr. Chamberlain, you got the higher grade.
The higher grade?
Conan's, and so you're good.
They all figured it out? All right, cool. See you, Atlantis. Jason, would you mind locking the top lock for us? Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it. All right, sticking with the Conans and another first appearance. This is Conan the Barbarian from 1972. This is issue number 14. It is the first appearance of Elric, who is parodied and made fun of very well in Dave Sim's Cerberus. This is also the first cameo appearance of the sorcerer Kulan Goth, however you pronounce it. This, again, Conan the Barbarian, number 14, a very fine copy at $80. And then we have Conan number 15, which is considered the second appearance of Elric, but also the first full appearance of Kulan Goth, however you pronounce it again. Now, this is a very good plus copy at $15.
Number 14.
Yes, number 14. There you are.
Cool. Thank you.
And then the last Conan that we have here tonight is issue number 16. Now, this is also a very good copy. This is $10, but this is the issue that adapts the very famous Robert E. Howard story. Something Frost Giants.
Frost Giant daughter.
Yes, Frost Giant's daughter. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're looking for 15? Yeah. Now, I'm going to be real quick before you pull the trigger on 15. This book's actually in decent condition except for one thing. Right up here, you got a tear, and it's beat up. This is the spot that really drops its grade down to the very good plus. All right. So again, very good plus, $15. Let me know if you still. Here, I'm going to give it to Al just in case.
Yeah, just
let me know if you change your mind or what have you. But there is that one area up there. That's the big glaring, defect. Thank you. Yeah, defection.
No Korean. So
Yeah, I know. Conan's defecting from his own book or whatever. Okay, so those are our Conans: Conan 3, Conan 6, and Conan number 16. We've said goodbye to all the rest. I guess we're doing a break.
We got like 2 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, just for the sake of to follow up, this Avengers 100 that Atlantis was so kind to show off. This is a very fine minus, as he said. It's $80. This is the issue where every Avenger, any character who was an Avenger up until this issue, they're all in this book. And a weird reoccurring theme in a lot of the books that we had on the local show, sort of, whatever that was, and what we're going to have for the rest of the night. There's a lot of Barry Windsor Smith. Well, this issue was illustrated cover and interior by Barry Windsor Smith, along with this Ironman issue number 47 that Atlantis showed off, the very fine grade at $60. This is where Iron Man's origin is retold. Again, this is also a cover and interior art by Barry Windsor Smith. All right. Atlantis did point out the whole, again, that's Defenders number 19, very fine near minute, $30, the second appearance of the Wrecking Crew. And before we go to break, just to kind of pay off, this is actually Defenders number 17, where Luke Cage shows up. This is a very fine plus copy at $50. This is the first cameo appearance of the Wrecking Crew. Obviously the first full appearance was issue number 18 that Mr. Chamberlain grabbed on the local show. I don't know how he was able to actually see it, but thank you very much for grabbing that one. That was cool.
Witchcraft.
And yeah, witchcraft. And I guess it's probably break time.
It's coming up on break time. Mr. Chamberlain, we're gonna have an Avengers 83. I'm not sure where you saw that. But yeah, we don't have one, so I don't know, it's just miscommunication on somebody.
Yeah, if you're thinking like describe the cover or something, let me know. Maybe it's something we had in the past and just kind of I'm not exactly sure.
No, yeah, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, because the only other Avengers that we have up here are 2 that we have had in the past. Again, sticking with that weird Barry Windsor Smith theme that we didn't know was happening, which was issue number 66 and issue number 67. Both of these are very fine. Both of these are $60. First appearance of Ultron 6, first mention of Adamantium, and a very iconic Sal Buscema cover.
Ooh, delicious.
We're gonna hit a quick break. Thanks, everybody.
All right, see you.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
You want to go?
He's like, I'll stay. I'm good. This works.
Hey everybody, what's up? All right, let's slide back in. Let's figure out what we got here, what we're talking about. All right, for anyone who did not check out our local show, which had a lot of its technical difficulties, which seems to be par for the course for us. I will get back to a lot of these books in a little bit. But if anyone who has just found us right now on the experience and you're curious about anything that is up here right now, let us know in the chat and I will talk about that. Until then, I'm going to next kind of just talk about what I have over here for right now. So continuing with our weird Barry Windsor Smith kind of thing, right now we have from 1969, this is X-Men number 53. This is a fine minus copy at $30. This is considered the first comic book work by Barry Windsor Smith, or he was just known as Barry Smith at the time, but this is considered his very first work, okay? X-Men number 53. Also, a weird kind of connection to the issue of Fantastic Four number 62 that I believe Mr. Chamberlain had. I can't remember who got it, but somebody got it on the local show. That was the first appearance of this character right here, Blastar. No, that's not Blastar, is it?
Blastar.
But that's not Blastar, right? I'm having a brain fart moment. It looks like Blastar, but he's not blasting anybody. So, like, can he still be called Blastar if he's not blasting?
Yes.
You know, he's punching. And they don't call him Punchar. So, anyway, I think it's Blastar. Sure looks like him. Anyway, this is considered the very first comic book work by Barry Windsor Smith. Next up, also, Barry Windsor Smith cover, we have X-Men number 54. This is a very fine minus copy at $120. This is the first appearance of Alex Summers, the brother of Scott Summers here. This is before he becomes Havoc, obviously. And it is also the first appearance of the Living Pharaoh, who would later become the Living Monolith, who would be the character in the very famous X-Men cover illustrated by Neil Adams, where the Living Monolith crushes the X-Men logo, which is pretty cool.
That is Blastar. It takes place in the negative zone.
Ah, okay. So the X-Men going to the negative zone, you know? It's Marvel just intermingling everything. All right, so next up, again, another Barry Windsor Smith cover. This is X-Men issue number 55. This is a very fine plus copy at $70. This is the issue where Alex Summers discovers that he might be a mutant, and he definitely has powers. So this is X-Men 55, very fine plus at $70. Also, this continues the origin of Angel. It started in issue number 54, and it continues in this issue. I believe at the time when the X-Men books were being published at this point, I think they would do origins of the different characters as backup features, because I'm pretty sure that issue number 53 that just walked away was the final part of Beast's origin, and then issue number 54 and 55, I don't know if 56 continues it, but it is now the origin of Angel, Warren Worthington III. Okay, now we had talked about Avengers 66 and 67 right before we went to break. Those are also Barry, as I said, they're both Barry Windsor Smith interior art. Obviously, number 67 is a Sal Buscema cover, but those issues are also part of Barry Windsor Smith's early comic book work. Issue number 66 was the first appearance of Voltron 6, Adamantium, and 67 is obviously a very iconic cover. Okay.
You got Defender 17.
Defender 17, yes I do. Hold on a second, it is right here. It is a very fine plus copy at $50. That is the first cameo appearance of the Wrecking Crew. All right, so we're just going to confirm. I think somebody is inquiring about that right now. So we'll see if they pull the trigger on that one. I should come up with a better euphemism. I say pull the trigger a lot. You know, and again, I don't want him to pull out his fake gun. Yeah.
A gun? Where?
Everything all right?
Yeah, everything's good. Thank you.
Do they want it, or they just want to be curious about it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So for right now, we're going to step into some slightly, a little bit more modern books, or at least within the past 2 decades. And we're going to step out of the Silver Surfer Defenders, Barry Windsor Smith sort of corner of what this show is. And we're going to first talk about it's a variant cover, but it's also a book that is drawing a lot of speculation interest. And that is The Champions #1. This is the Ghost Rider action figure variant. This is a very fine near mint copy at $25. Yes, the action figure variant of Ghost Rider is part of the reason why it has a bit of value, but the main reason it has value is this is the Champions issue where you get the first appearance of this version of Champions, which was Kamala Khan, the young Scott Summers from the all-new X-Men. You got Sam Alexander as Nova. You have Viz, which was Vision and the Vision's daughter. You got the Amadeus Cho, totally awesome Hulk. I don't think he was called the Protector yet. Isn't that what it's like? Later they renamed him the Protector or something. Yeah, it's kind of goofy. But anyway, this is the young sort of next generation. Oh, Miles Morales is on this team. So obviously everyone is always speculating about future series, future movies, all that kind of stuff. And one that everyone is convinced Marvel and DC is going to at some point do is introduce young legacy characters. We all already know Kamala Khan's coming. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, Kate Bishop. Yep. She was a part of all that and stuff like that.
Peter Parker, I guess. People are saying that he's going to be the MCU.
Yeah, well, they're going to try to bring Miles in. Again, it's all. I mean, Disney is slowly pulling it all together. So anyway, this is Champions #1, the Ghost Rider action figure variant, very fine near mint at $25. And then we have a variant that I wasn't very aware of at the time. All right, so back in 1999, so in '98, we are now officially near the end of the mess that Marvel and their editors, the Spider-Man editors, had made of the Spider-Man title. Specifically looking at the Clone Saga, which was very famously only supposed to be a 6-issue limited series. So then they could allow the Peter that wasn't married to MJ because that ages him and all that kind of stuff. And so the writers of the Spider-Man titles at that time very famously came up with this, they thought it was a clever concept of how they can have Peter be the Peter of old without being married to MJ, but not having the character get divorced or anything weird like that. So they wanted their cake and eat it too. They wanted to keep all the continuity in place, but they wanted to be able to sort of branch back into a Peter that is looking to pay his rent and, has difficulty on dates because he's constantly late, all that kind of stuff. Well, it's very debated. There's a lot of debate about whose fault it is and stuff like that. But it was obvious very quickly that the editors were like, keep it going. And the fans got mad and upset, and it became the very infamous, almost 2-year storyline of the Clone Saga. And man, did it screw things up. Well, this was Marvel trying to get back on track, where they canceled for the very first time the long-running Amazing Spider-Man series, and they restarted it, written by Howard Mackey and illustrated by John Byrne. This is Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, #1, but this is referred to as the Sunburst variant. You have the Statue of Liberty in the background and a little sunburst of the Spider-Man logo. This is a very fine near mint copy at $10. All right, and now we're going to slide into some Carnage stuff, okay?
Real quick.
Yes.
Do that. Do you have an Avengers 66 and 67?
Yes, I do.
Just real quick to the price and condition.
Of course. All right, so Avengers number 66, the first Ultron 6 and the first mention of Adamantium, illustrated by Barry Windsor Smith. This is a very fine copy at $60, and the exact same grade and the exact same price, very fine, $60, is Avengers 67. Now, this is the Sal Buscema cover, But this is also still interior art done by Barry Windsor Smith. So there we go. Issue 66 and 67 of the Avengers.
Thank you, Mr. Hunter.
Thanks, Mr. Hunter.
Thanks,
If
man.
you can believe it, he's grabbing a Spider-Man.
No, I can't believe it.
Absolutely, I can't. Real rude effect.
Okay, so speaking of Spider-Man, speaking of Amazing Spider-Man, specifically Carnage. Last week, I believe it was last week, we had a first appearance of Carnage, issue number 362. But now we have 2 copies. Now, I would love to say that these both are high grade, but they're not. One copy we have is a fine plus, and the other copy we have is a very good. But we are talking here about Amazing Spider-Man 344, okay? So there are 2 things that are significant about this issue, but probably only one of them is relevant to everybody. And the other one, I imagine most people have even forgotten who this character is. And for all I know, he might have died in some weird crossover story recently that nobody remembers. But this issue, Amazing Spider-Man 344, is the first appearance of Cletus Cassidy, who will later become Carnage. And it is the first appearance of this character right here, Cardiac. This was a doctor who became a hero, but sometimes he was a villain because he was an antagonist to Spider-Man. And he has this weird sort of like electric stick and stuff like that. You got your Eric Larson cover. I don't know if Eric Larson, was he still drawing Amazing Spider-Man at this point? Pre-Bagley? Yeah, okay, all right. So Amazing Spider-Man, what's up, bud?
I want to say something about since we're talking about Carnage and Spider-Man.
Okay, yeah, sure. But let me just let me first say the price. This is a fine plus at $15, and then this is a very good at $8. Most of the condition is primarily just it's well read. All right, there's no great, amazing, insane flaws, but there's a lot of stress along the spine. It's got a little bit of browning. I don't know if it was well kept in like a box, probably in like, you know, a dry place, but it wasn't really bagged and board, I imagine. It kind of has that kind of age quality to it for a book that came out in 1990. All right, so God, 30 years
old.
30 years.
30 years old. 30 years.
So Amazing Spider-Man 344, first appearance of Cletus Cassidy, first appearance of Cardiac, fine plus at 15, very good at 8. And what did you want to say about Carnage, bud?
Oh, can I see the books?
Sure, yeah. Here, you can look at it.
Can you ask me to finish? And
Are they taking both?
yeah, Mr.
Okay,
English,
thank
I'm
you.
sorry you missed out. My friend.
So, first appearance of Cletus Cassidy. As you all know, the new movie Venom 2 Have to Be Carnage introduced Cletus Cassidy for the first time and on the big screen. So this is going to be really high value eventually.
It will. In fact, it's the only reason why we're selling them at the price we are is because of the condition. I would love for them to be a high grade. They're not.
And also, the writer of the Venom movies himself has confirmed that Spider-Man and Venom are going to battle on the big screen.
Really?
Yes, that's been confirmed.
Now, is that somebody on Twitter who said that he talked to the writer in a bathroom? Or?
The director, the writer's account himself said, I think I remember, it's going to happen. Wait for it. I think that's what he said. So
Okay.
He's open to the
Idea.
it's going to happen.
So he's begging for it.
I'm
Yeah.
a black guy on the internet, so trust me. Trust me. All right, trust me. Okay.
All right. So sticking with
Bye.
All right. So these are now we have 2 one-shots. Okay, but this is part 1 and part 2 of a story, and that story is the origin of Cletus Cassidy and Carnage. So I don't know why Marvel decided to do it this way, but the first one we have is Carnage Mind Bomb from 1996. This is issue number 1, but just so we're clear, this is a one-shot, so there was no number 2. You get your nice blood red foil kind of cover because don't forget it's the 90s. This is a very fine plus at $30. Now, this is considered a partial origin of Carnage because you need the follow-up book that we have right here. But the significance of this book is it is considered the first solo Carnage title ever.
Hey, good for him.
All right.
Can I get both of those?
Yep. Oh, and here, and then they wanted this one. Okay, so let me just say now again, I don't know why Marvel did it this way, but the follow-up to Mind Bomb was another one-shot called Carnage. It's a Wonderful Life, and now this completes the origin of Carnage and Cletus. Now this is a fine copy at $15. You have a little bit of rolling along the spine, and again, I believe that this is a it was well loved, but still decent condition. But it's a mid-grade. I would love for it to have been a little higher. It's more of like a $40, $50 book, but we have it here tonight at fine $15.
So, I'm sorry, Mr. English, Mr. Marucci beat you to it, and Mr. Skinner, we never got your payment for those products. I don't know about the reversal. I can't say. I just know we didn't get paid.
Okay, so let's finish off with two of the weirder Carnage books. Yeah.
Can you see the comments?
No.
Can you see the last comment?
No. What is it?
Yeah, it's up there.
Mind Bomb was booty.
Thank you, Mr. Hunter.
That was written by Warren Ellis. That's an early Warren Ellis book. Kyle Holtz was doing the art and stuff like that, and it was for mature readers. Yeah. I guess Marvel had decided that the murderous serial killer who also got a murderous alien symbiote on him might be difficult for a bunch of Spider-Man comics that were still under the impression that they wanted kids to purchase them and their parents to be cool with it.
Maybe they got learned somehow.
Yeah.
A little giveaway there.
Yeah.
They got learned somehow.
Yeah. A red foil blood. Again, just look at Carnage. Carnage is just a bloody dude. He just looks
Carnage.
Carnage, yeah.
I can't watch Paw Patrol. Just saying.
Okay, now, I believe Amazing Spider-Man, because we had just talked about that with the Amazing Spider-Man #1, the Sunburst variant, where Marvel ended Volume 1 and started up a Volume 2. Obviously, we have legacy numbering now, so a lot of that stuff is kind of irrelevant now in regards to what's a volume or what have you. Just pay attention to the years of publication. But this is a late era Amazing Spider-Man title, or 2 issues. And at the time, Amazing Spider-Man wasn't selling very well at all because most of the fan base had abandoned the title because of just the insanity in regards to the Clone Saga. In fact, there's probably an 8-hour YouTube video out there of someone breaking down everything and an entire timeline in regards to the Clone Saga. But, and again, this is this weird kind of thing that happened tonight on this show. We have a couple of Carnage books, but as we said, we had a running theme of like Barry Windsor Smith and stuff of that nature. Another character we had is Silver Surfer. Well, in these 2 issues, the Silver Surfer shows up, okay? And this is where you get one of the weirder Carnage concepts, which is Amazing Spider-Man 430. I wish it was in better condition, but again, this is a well-read copy. It is a very good plus, but it's $16 because normally this is like an $80 to $100 book. Again, low distribution, and it's weird, and I think people caught on to it kind of late. It is the first appearance of what is referred to as Carnage Cosmic. This is the issue, Amazing Spider-Man 430, where somehow Carnage is able to steal the power cosmic from Silver Surfer and become Carnage Cosmic.
Wow, that sounds cool and dangerous.
It is. I mean, people really dig this. Amazing Spider-Man 430, very good plus at $16. But if you're wondering, what does Carnage Cosmic look like? Well, don't worry, have no fear, because I have Amazing Spider-Man 431, which completes this 2-part story, and we have the second appearance and the first cover of Carnage Cosmic.
I want to see.
There he is. I'll show you in 1 second, Alanis.
Okay.
There he is, riding his bloody surfboard. Now, this one is in better condition. Still, it's a fine plus, but this one's $30. Again, these 2 issues have some real value, high grade. So here, you want to check that out?
Oh, I've seen him before. He looks cool. I'm a hold it.
Here, no, I gotta. So that's.
Oh, that's a bloody surfboard.
Yeah, bloody surfboard.
I thought
He's riding the bloody waves, you know. So Amazing Spider-Man 431, a fine plus copy at $30, second appearance and cover of Carnage Cosmic. Here's the thing I don't understand about that name. Why isn't he just called Cosmic Carnage? Why does it have to be called Carnage Cosmic? It seems...
Is there another Carnage besides him? Like when he's Cosmic?
I don't know. For all I know, again, I didn't read this story, and I found these like 11th hour before the show, so I didn't have enough time to really look it up. That's still Cletus Cassidy as Carnage, right? And then he, yeah.
Mr. Chamberlain, it is Joe Bennett did the art on these.
Yes. Joe Bennett did the art in both of those.
Yes, he did.
Mr. Skinner, I can invoice you again if you like. That's no problem. I don't think we sold those Simpson stories yet.
No. They're still around. So
yeah, we'll get you another invoice this week.
yeah. Sorry if there's any confusion. Maybe something happened. You know.
No, yeah, I can't speak on it.
Yeah. Okay, so oh wow, so those are all gone. So again, we had our X-Men number 54, very fine minus at $120. It's the first appearance of Alex Summers and the Living Pharaoh. And then we had X-Men 55, very fine plus, $70 when Alex Summers discovers that he has powers.
Oh.
Okay, so for right now, what do we have for time before our break? Okay, so we have a few more minutes before break. So I apologize to anyone who watched our local show if I'm going to repeat myself, but just in case, because again, we got a lot of technical issues, so maybe you didn't even hear me mention these books. Yes?
So, the symbiote remembers the surfer from when he led Galactus to their homeworld. That's what happened to him.
Oh, so okay, so we're getting to the point where they're about to start doing the Planet of Symbiotes stuff, right?
You know,
Yeah,
as
that
you do.
makes sense. Like, time-wise, it would be.
Yeah, in fact, which Donny Cates picks up on as well. Yeah, it starts to, we are now at that point. Thank you very much, whoever in the chat.
That was Mr. Hunter. Thank you, Mr. Hunter.
Thanks.
And
Mr.
so,
Hunter, yeah.
as far as Mr. Wordman, as an editor, if you eliminate Cosmic as a modifier, it ensures that it's read as a proper noun. So you put Cosmic at the ends, it reads it as a name. So Carnage Cosmic, it makes more sense.
All right, well,
Thank you, Mr.
if there's somebody I'm going to believe, it's going to be the Word Man. Thank you very much, Gary. I really appreciate that, buddy. Okay, so again, a lot of problems on our local. So in case you missed out on some of what we were talking about earlier, let us just quickly point out some of our, books that we had that I don't know if you even knew we had them. So I'm gonna be quick about this. All right, so I won't belabor the point too much. This is Defenders number 4. This is a very fine plus copy at $50. This is the first appearance of what most people think of when they think of Valkyrie, and that is the Barbara Norris Valkyrie. And this is also when she joins the team. All right. And then we got Defenders number 5, which is the origin of the Barbara Norris Valkyrie. This is a very fine plus copy at $30. And now we get into the issues that pertain to the Avengers Defenders War. First up is issue number 8. This is a very fine near mint copy at $40. This is Avengers Defenders War number part 2. And then we get into the more iconic, the most iconic image from the entire storyline, which was the classic Hulk versus Thor fight. This is Defenders number 10. This is a very fine plus copy at $80. And then we get issue number 11, which is the final part of the war, and the last Steve Englehart issue of Defenders. Defenders number 11, very fine near mint copy at $40. Yes.
Real quick, I'm sorry, Mr. English. You just had claim in the title. What were you looking for? If it's the Amazings, they both went already. So yeah, if it's the Silver Surfer, Amazing Spider-Mans, we don't have anymore. Sorry.
Yeah, and again, Atlantis wouldn't have known to have said this, but please, when you claim a book, be very specific about what book you're claiming. Don't just say claim. We literally have no idea what you're talking about because there's a delay.
There's a little delay. You know, some dude during the week tried to sell me some line of shit that we don't do that.
Wait, what?
He was like claim. He was like, I claimed it first, and I said, oh, we asked that you put the issue, and you've never asked that before. I was like, nah, buddy. Come on, man. Like, if that's one thing I have to say 100 times.
Yeah, we do say it a lot. I mean, maybe he came in after we had said it. It was his first.
Because he's always in the. Not to.
Okay,
it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Which it just makes it easier on this end because of the delay.
Yes, and again, we also have to acknowledge sometimes people claim the books at the same time, and the experience is able to create a timestamp. So we need to know what book you're claiming, especially if there's a dispute about who got it first, okay? Really, we're not trying to put upon you. It actually makes your life easier because it means you'll get the books that you actually want and that you claimed. Again, we're not trying to be assholes about this. It's just the very basic function of how these claim sales work.
Put it this way. If somebody like Mr. English, I would prefer you get the book since you're a real customer and you shop there all the time. So we're looking out for you guys.
All right. So let's quickly go for a couple more. This was the issue of Thor 193. This is the rematch between the Silver Surfer and Thor. This is a Fine Plus copy at $50. We also have the very first appearance of the Defenders. This is Marvel Feature #1, a very Fine Plus copy at $200 with a beautiful Neil Adams cover.
Beautiful.
Yes, it is. And then you get Marvel Feature #2. This is a Fine Plus copy at $80. Second team appearance of the Defenders. They fight Dormammu. And then we have the very first issue of the Defenders ongoing series. So here we are. This is Defenders #1, a very fine minus copy at $100, and also the first appearance of Necrodamus.
Let's go.
You know, I wonder if everyone missed out on your Paul Harvey joke because like we were freezing so much. Paul Harvey? Who am I thinking? No, I completely.
Paul Harvey.
That's
No, Mooney.
Paul Mooney.
Mooney.
Didn't he recently pass away?
Yeah.
Like this year, right?
R.I.P. Paul Mooney.
Ah, man. Paul
Hey,
Mooney.
Rodamus, look it up.
Necrodamus. Dude, now, one of the best shtick on the Chappelle Show was when he would do the movie reviews with the blonde and the two white girls, and they would be like they were definitely like very busty, modelish women, but they would try to be very, very serious about their critic like skills, and he would just be like, "No, fuck that."
He would do shows across the street at Helium,
Yeah.
and his whole set, he like drinks a bottle of champagne, and when the champagne's empty, that's when he's done. And they said like by the end of the show, like, because he'll like start going at you in the crowd, and he would like some people couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's a little too much. Like,
It's too much.
They're like, oh, I want to be participant.
If you're not used to it, man, like a guy like that, as sharp as he was, a comedian, he was one of those guys that general audiences most likely weren't aware of him, but he was like the comedian for comedians, like one of those guys. Like,
I missed out seeing him.
yeah. I got into him too late, like before I began to realize what he had been involved with, how important he was to Richard Pryor's early career in stand-up. I mean, I didn't realize how important he was to guys I loved growing up as a kid.
Wordman saw him across the street.
See, Gary, man. See,
He used to play it like 2-3 times a year. He would hit it up.
Well, because he was from the New York area, right? Am I wrong, or was he
I believe so. Yeah.
like New York, not Chicago, right? He was in New York. I think Gary, you would know, man.
You saw.
Yeah.
His biographer.
Real quick, Defenders #2, very fine mint, $80. Silver Surfer joins the team. First appearance of Kalazuma. I keep wanting to see Kalamazoo.
We're gonna take a quick break.
All right, now we're gonna do a break. All right.
Oh, I'm making a card game.
It's us. We're back.
Oh, bye. I'm out.
All right. See you, Lannis.
Bye, viewers. See you later. Bye. I show up on Wednesdays. Meet and greet on Wednesday.
Meet and greet Atlantis on Wednesday.
No, Sunday.
Sunday.
I'm busy that day.
Someday. Also, if anyone's interested, October 10th, we got Zanin back. So, you better believe that's going to be an easy show for me. That's for sure. Oh, in actuality, I was going to do this at the top of the show, but I didn't get an opportunity because, I'm a baby with a lot of anxiety and perfectionist who just couldn't let go of the technical issues from the local show. And so it was very fortunate that Al had the brilliant idea of, bringing in our protege, Atlantis, to kind of pick up the slack for this little baby here, who sometimes needs to go off to his little corner with Robot Marshall and go pout in the closet for a little bit, maybe a little making out too. But I wanted to say, so not only is Zanin going to be here on October 10th, but that is the weekend of the New York Comic Con. And don't let Zanin tell you differently. The Fat Jacks show, Al and I, have recruited Zanin, and we have paid for his New York Comic Con 3-day ticket for him to be our correspondent, our foreign correspondent. We're sending to the con so that he could then come back and sit here in front of you guys and tell us all the dirt, all the nitty gritty, all of the gossip from the New York Comic Con, the first one in over 2 years. We're gonna have a
listen to bullshit about Comic-Con.
Yeah. Come on, you don't want to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it, but I'm pretty sure they want to hear about it.
Is he going for all 3 days?
He's going for all 3 days. And the moment he gets back after Sunday, he's coming right here to give us the scoop.
What are you doing?
Thank you, Zanin. And don't tell anybody that anything I said about paying for your tickets is a lie. Because, don't worry, we're going to write it off from our little black box slush fund money. It's a tax write-off. Zanin's going to be he's going to be our correspondent for the con. I'm hoping for, some lewd stories. That's what I'm really excited about.
There's a good amount of customers going.
Yeah.
I know Wayne said he's going for a couple days. Ed Freeze is going.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because Zanin at first missed out on the Saturday ticket. The Saturday tickets were all sold out Friday and Sunday. And then New York, the city of New York, and the Comic-Con, the people who run it, told everybody proof of vaccination. And so no surprise to anyone. Suddenly a lot of Saturday tickets, a lot of tickets became available. So Zanin was very fortunate to be able to grab one of those Saturday tickets. And so we'll benefit from his time and energy on October 10th when we can talk about the con.
Great. Not as many people are vaccinated.
Hey, calm down, everybody. That's a touchy subject. Personal choices.
Where will Trell be, here, or will he be in New York?
Ooh, good point. I wonder where he is.
Zanin said Trell will also be there. Are you guys going to New York together?
You going to New York together,
You're
Zanin?
going to eat some burritos in a parking lot.
Yes. We got to write that story. We got to get that comic book. The comic book of Zanin and Trell go to San Diego Comic-Con. And the culmination of it, and I know we've told this story on this show before, is Trell at 3 o'clock in the morning buying a burrito out of the back of somebody's car in a Walmart parking lot in San Diego.
And then he got a little tummy trouble the next day.
Surprise,
He
surprise.
laid up for a day or two at Comic-Con.
Okay, so a couple books that we did not have the opportunity to promote on our Instagram page. For anyone who's not following us, it is at the FJC Paradox. We're always putting up books to promote them if they're going to be on the show that week. And so a couple of those books that I got my hands on last minute. Again, sometimes you just got to slide into that Greg hole and just see where it takes you, because sometimes you get lucky. And a couple of those are the ones that I have right here next to me. So it's not a rumor, but Disney and Marvel are definitely, they are trying to create a Thunderbolts series. Whether that happens, whether that works out, whether it's not an actual series and they just maybe get introduced. Because I'm kind of like, I don't know how they would really pull it off. Is it going to be like the original Thunderbolts? Because if so, a lot of those characters haven't really been introduced as the villains. So I don't know how the concept would really work. Maybe it'll just be sort of like during, oh, you know what? I bet it was. I bet it's a spin-off after Secret Invasion or something, where like the government has to create its own superhero team or something weird.
And Thunderbolts spin out of that.
Yeah, and they call it Thunderbolts. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just speculating right now. But the reason I bring that up is because the first appearance of Thunderbolts, which is Incredible Hulk 449, and the very first issue of Thunderbolts #1, the very first Thunderbolts ongoing series, have been really going up in value a lot lately. Now, regrettably, because again, the Greg hole sometimes isn't always the best place to keep comic books down there. It can get a little musky, a little moist. So the condition of these are not as high grade as I would like. But despite that, we do have an Incredible Hulk 449. It is a fine minus copy at $40. It's the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. Now, if you look at that and go, fine minus, and it's $40, well, check it out on the internet, people. High-grade copies are going for upwards to around $150. So it's, and it was a book, even in Overstreet, which is a very conservative pricing and stuff like that. A near mint copy of Incredible Hulk 449 is almost a $100 book. So this is an issue that has definitely held its value for a long time now. Because this issue goes back all the way to 1997. So we're talking about almost 25 years now that the Thunderbolts concept has existed. Does anyone not know what the Thunderbolts concept is? If not, let us know in the chat. I'll explain it to you. It was actually pretty cool. And to be very honest with you, I don't know, were you reading like the Marvel DC stuff in the late 90s? Like the superhero stuff?
You know what? Like, no, not really. I'd fallen off.
Because again, I'm only expressing my own opinion. But the mid to late 90s in regards to mainstream Marvel and DC superhero books was not the best. But I always remember Thunderbolts being a very surprising concept that was very unique and novel at the time and really stood out in the regards of mediocrity that the big two were publishing at that time. Because obviously, as you would find out in Thunderbolts #1, which is a very fine copy at $20. This is a book, high grade, usually nets you somewhere between 30 and 50 bucks. This is a very fine copy at $20. This is the issue. We're at the very end. So this is the Heroes Return thing. The Heroes, yes.
Since the English isn't familiar with Thunderbolts, can you real quick just debate, unless that's what you're
No, that was kind of sort of what I was like. No. It was smart that you did that because I said to do it, and yet I still was about to explain. So right around the time Marvel was they were having a lot of problems. Bankruptcy. A card company was running them. A bunch of people who knew nothing about comics were running the company, and they were running it into the ground. And so Marvel decided the great idea was to license their biggest characters to Rob Liefeld and Jim Lee. And so you had the Fantastic Four, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, Avengers, all that stuff being published by Liefeld and Lee's studios at that time. And so like those heroes, after the Onslaught event, they went to a parallel universe. Yes.
Well, that's terrible. Continue.
Okay, that was good. All right, so.
Very disappointing. Very disappointing.
In fact, you know what?
I can't even say disappointed because I feel like nobody was really excited for it. Like, it was just like, what?
Well, do you remember that Captain America #1? Okay, I'm not going to rag on the dude because this becomes sort of like, if I rag on Rob Liefeld, especially on the experience, definitely take a drink because it's really becoming sort of my trope. But again, I'm not the first person to point it out, but everyone will talk about it. It's the one where Captain America, 3/4 perspective, okay? So my right pec is closer to the camera than my left pec, and yet the image of Captain America, his left pec was like this huge double D boob.
You stacked.
And again, no editor looks at that cover and goes, Rob, man, please grab an eraser, man. Just shave it down a little bit. I mean, good Lord. I'm pretty sure there was Photoshop at that time.
He's like, hold on, I'm buttoning up my phone. You do it.
Okay, so all of the big heroes were gone. So suddenly this group called the Thunderbolts, which was sort of like a bargain basement Avengers kind of a thing. You kind of had Mach 5, who was sort of like your Iron Man. Atlas was sort of your Goliath. You had Citizen V, who was your Captain America. I'm trying to remember what Moonstone's character's name was. Doesn't matter. But you had this group that was like the stand-in Avengers. And let me be honest, when I first read about them in this Incredible Hulk issue 449, I was like, who are these bums? I mean, what a waste of time and stuff. To the point where I almost missed out on Thunderbolts #1 because I was like, I'm not buying a crummy book full of a bunch of D-list Avengers wannabes. And then the final page of Thunderbolts #1 occurs, where the Thunderbolts reveal their true identities. And their true identities is Baron Zemo and the Masters of Evil. Baron Zemo comes up with this idea to take a bunch of, so you had Atlas, well, no, that was the Thunderbolts. I think it was like the Bad Goliath, Moonstone, Beetle, the Fixer, Songbird, who the character's name, Songbird in the Thunderbolts, was Screaming Mimi. So suddenly you're like, wait a minute, what? That crappy like new Avengers, they're actually the Masters of Evil and they're getting one over on anybody. It was a brilliant concept. I'm not saying it was an original concept because if I say that, somebody in chat's going to pull out some random book from 1975 that goes, it's already done. But still, in 1997, when Marvel was at a very low point, this was a fascinating kind of novel approach written by Kurt Busiek, who would actually bring the Avengers back in the Heroes Return and create a really good Avengers run with George Perez. But you also get Mark Bagley, who had left Amazing Spider-Man to work on this book. So, boom, there you go. Thunderbolts, their first appearance, Incredible Hulk 449, fine minus copy at $40. And then the double-size debut first issue, Thunderbolts #1, with one of the best last page reveals in comic book history.
I lost track of everything. Where was that Hulk at?
This Incredible Hulk, the Thunderbolts? Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
When you get a chance, can you go over Astonishing Tales #3?
Yes.
And the Marvel Spotlight 29 was claimed.
Yes, that was claimed. That's gone.
It was claimed already?
Yeah, on the local show. It was Mr. Oz. I think Mr. Oz pulled the trigger on that one. I did it again. What is my problem? I can't.
Do you have any Moonlight books up there right now?
I don't.
Right here.
Oh, actually, yes. Okay. Yes, I have Marvel Spotlight 29, which is you got the Jack Kirby cover, and that is the second issue of the first Moon Knight solo series. The only reason I'm not jumping into it is, regrettably, it's in terrible condition. It's a good plus. Now, it's all complete. Everything's fine. There's no water damage, nothing like that. But you have this massive crease up here. You got like all these like sort of mini tears up along here. It's a book that has some real value. But even in this low grade good plus, it's a $7 book. So if you want just a nice reader copy, or you really love the Jack Kirby cover and also Jack Kirby interior art, or you just want to have a nice little kind of inexpensive piece of Moon Knight history to get excited about as the series coming out in about a year or so. This is Marvel Spotlight #29 where Moon Knight fights Conqueror Lord right there on a big chessboard, kind of like The Prisoner. Good plus $7. All right. Okay, so Astonishing Tales number 3. Okay, it's the first appearance of a character named Zaladane? I'm not too sure, but there's something neat about this book, and I've lost all my notes. It's Astonishing Tales number 3. This is a very fine copy at $25. Okay, wait. I'm sorry, people. I gotta find my notes because there's something special about it, and it's not just the first appearance of Zaladane or whatever it is. So I just gotta figure out here. Where is my Astonishing Tales? Oh, Astonishing Tales. Oh! I should have just guessed. I should have just said either Silver Surfer is in this or is illustrated by Barry Windsor Smith. And so, yes, the Khazar story. Is it the Khazar story? Yes, the Khazar story in this issue is illustrated by Barry Windsor Smith, and the Doctor Doom story, Zanin, are you listening? Is illustrated by none other than the tragic artist who I love, Wally Wood. So this issue, this is why it's got some real value to it. It's very fine at $25. It's because you have two titans of the industry, both working in the same issue on one amazingly interesting character and another cool character. So you got Barry Windsor Smith doing Khazar, and you have Wally Wood doing Doctor Doom. So that's pretty cool. And then that's why we're on it. Now this is a very good minus copy, which kind of sucks. But this is Astonishing Tales number 6. This is a very good minus copy at $10. But what gives this some value, I don't know if it's actually true, but some people sometimes, not me, because I'm not exactly sure, so I haven't been able to confirm if this is true or not, but it might be one of, if not the first confrontation between Doctor Doom and Black Panther. So that's why this issue definitely carries a bit of interest from the fans and from speculators and things of that nature. So this is Astonishing Tales number 6, a very good minus copy at $10. All right. And just while I'm over here, I'll get back to that stuff real quick. We weren't able to figure out where these really come from and everything like that, but they're online and people are buying them. These are the Pizza Hut comics called Real Heroes. Collect all 4 exclusive Marvel comics from Pizza Hut. They also come with some fun little trading cards. So this is a very, does that say very good? Oh, it's got to be very. All right, it's got to be a very good plus. All right, so it's not in the best condition, but it's $5. So you get the issue and you get the trading cards.
Do you remember these?
I kind of do.
Do you remember these, Jason? Henry had fond recollections of them.
Actually, I'm pretty sure they came where, like, if you bought, like, there was I don't know if you had to go to the Pizza Hut. Sometimes if you got a certain kind of delivery or a certain kind of pizza, this would come with it.
I remember.
Or
I remember Pizza Hut had the X-Men cartoon, like on VHS.
Oh yeah.
You could you paid like $4.99 and you got a video with like a small pizza.
That's true. Okay. Now this one's in better condition. This is a very fine near mint at $10. But here you go, Pizza Hut, Real Heroes.
What a name.
Yeah, I know. Hey, chat. It is time. Take a drink because I'm going to do something that seems to happen every episode. Do the detective work for us. John, are you out there? Lord Howard Hurts. Real Pizza Hut, Real Heroes. What was the promotion? What was the deal behind all that?
Booking exclusive. What's booking? Is he joking?
I don't know.
I don't know. What's booking, Ed?
Do they beat up the Noid? Was that it? Do the Real Heroes team up to fight the Noid?
Maybe it's if you don't get the runs after eating Pizza Hut, you get free.
But you have to prove you can get the runs. Now I don't know how you actually prove that.
Because you can't, because nobody can not get the free pizza.
Wait, hold on. One day Pizza Hut might be a sponsor, so be careful how much you criticize Pizza Hut, all right?
Good night now.
It's been a long time since I've had pizza.
Fast food pizza. What do you eat? If don't say I don't eat any. Like, gun to your head. Out of all the fast food pizza joints, Domino's, Papa John's, Pizza Hut, or others.
It'd be Pizza Hut back in the day.
Pizza Hut.
Now Domino's like the pizza because it tastes like pizza.
Domino's.
Okay.
Domino's. There was no Pizza Hut in my neighborhood.
Okay.
That was a hit. But Domino's, you got like $5-7 pizzas.
Yeah.
So like.
Little Caesars too.
I was gonna say, you know what I miss from childhood? Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Because that was the thing. $5 and you got 2 sheets.
Yep.
2 sheets of pizza. Now I don't know what they made it out of. Maybe fiberglass and cardboard. Maybe a ceiling insulation.
Ever had Cece's?
Cece's. No. You ever have Godfather pizza?
Oh yeah. But you had Cece's.
I know somebody died from COVID from it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How did he die?
Hey, I wonder, how did he die? Was he out of place
I don't think
with a bunch of monster human beings, and they gave him
Not-
COVID?
Something about it not being real.
Yeah, I know. And isn't it weird? The one black dude hanging out with a bunch of white people is the one guy who died.
Herman something, right?
Yeah, Herman something. Yeah. I think he was president or something like that. Yeah.
Mr. Bruce, you got your spotlight. You're good. We pulled it for you.
Oh, was that the Marvel Spotlight number 28? You sure? That
Wasn't
wasn't.
at the 29. He wanted 29.
Oh, 29. That's this one.
Did I not? Oh, I wrote it down. I didn't pull. I'm sorry.
No, sorry, Mr.
No,
Brucci.
you got your
Yeah. You got it.
Don't worry. You were getting paid. You were paying for it.
You weren't getting it. You were paying for it. Kind of like Pizza Hut. You weren't eating, but you were paying for food. But really, you were paying for a laxative.
Oh, I do remember that.
What?
Book it. It was the Pizza Hut reading incentive thing.
Oh, it was Ninja Turtles when I remember it though.
You did the stamps. I remember doing that. I remember it being the program. I don't think I ever did it.
Interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool.
All right. Well, thanks, Mr. Freeze.
Thank you, Mr. Freeze. All right. Okay, so next up. All right. Okay, again, the Greg hole isn't always kind to the books that I find. So regrettably, this book is a very good plus. All right, but the reason it's a very good plus is, again, not because of, in fact, I might have made it a fine minus, but I asked for OG Mike's opinion, and Mike gave me, he's like, this is a very good plus, Brendan. And I went, oh, Mike, it's like a $20 difference. But hey, I stand by Mike's grading, always. So, no, we do not have Batman Adventures number 12, right? First appearance of Harley Quinn. But there is a second appearance of Harley Quinn, a book that even Mike said we haven't seen in decades. And we are talking about the one-shot, the Batman Adventures 64-page special, Mad Love, okay? By Paul Dini and Bruce Timm, the 2 guys that pretty much made our teenage years. I was going to say childhoods, but most likely all 3 of us were teenagers when this series was going on. This is considered this is the second appearance of Harley Quinn. It is also the first appearance of her 2 hyenas, which are named Laurel and Hardy. Do you know what the chat? Does anyone remember what?
I can't. It's only because I just saw it.
Oh, because you just looked it up. What's their names?
You close with Laura Hardy, but go on. What other 2 comic duos?
Abbott and Costello.
Bud and Lou.
Bud and Lou? Oh, Abbott and Costello. Yeah, Bud and Lou. Okay, all right. Yeah, thanks for one-upping us. Yeah, way to take the high road.
Sorry, I already saw it. I told you
They
to
didn't
keep
list
that
their
up.
social security number.
Hey. Too close to home.
All right, so really the only issue is why it's a very good plus is the spine has a bunch of dings on it, and for whatever reason, I don't know if the person, it's got this weird kind of browning along the spine. It's really just it's a well-read copy. That's all. It's fully intact. Everything's good. The staples are not rusty. Everything's fine. It's just somebody loved this book. They probably read it a bunch. You can't blame it. I imagine a lot of you have a lot of books in your collection.
If it came out the Greg hole.
If it came out the Greg hole, that's for sure.
If he's reading any books, it's a Harley Quinn.
Yeah. So this is Batman Adventures, Mad Love, the second appearance of Harley Quinn, and the first appearance of her hyenas. At a very good plus, this is still a $20 book because as a high grade, it's like $150 book.
What's the first Harley? Is that like
Batman Adventures number 12.
I mean, but like price, what's that run?
Oh, like raw,
Is that like $500?
$400 to $600.
No, say more than that.
Raw? Okay, all right. Because for a while it was a little behind Deadpool, but I think it's recently like caught up to Deadpool.
You don't see that as much as you see Deadpool.
Well, yeah, because Batman Adventures was not published as much as New Mutants '98 with none other than our boy Rob Liefeld. Speaking of which, we didn't give away our store variant because I don't want to ruin it on that, tech issue. But is there any way we can figure out before we end the show to give away a certain book, a certain issue? Is there any cool way? Somebody have like a fun comment?
The store variant for sure. I can say who it's going to go to.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, because it was definitely.
Is it somebody who's in?
It's somebody that was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still, but he's a regular customer. He was in earlier today.
Okay.
One of the first people in.
Okay. All right. You know what?
He was going to get the store variant.
Okay, so let's give away that store variant to them, but then let's give away one other book because it's becoming a running gag, and we've talked about this stuff, and it's the cover. I still don't like it, but it's better than the boob cover. Yeah, it's over on the desk. If you could figure out a way to reward somebody where no one feels like they're cheated, I don't know, awesomest comment, something like that. Well, we'll figure it out. Like, we're still not at break, right? Oh, we're actually at break. If you need to go to break, just go to break. Yeah. I don't know. Do we have time, or do they want to go to break?
It's just about break now.
All right, let's just go to break, and then we'll start the last segment, and we'll do all that stuff on the other side.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit ComicShopLocator.com to find a store near you.
once the Moon Knight show happens, and again, I am beyond. First of all, Oscar Isaac is brilliant casting. He's amazing. Once that show happens and people learn who Moon Knight is, all of these books we've been selling over the past few months, I'm going to be kicking myself in the ass. But, you know, again, we work at a retail shop. I would like to sell books now than worry about getting full value later down the line. But I keep telling people, and usually I'm not trying to blow smoke anybody's ass, but man, Moon Knight is going to be huge. Just saying. All right.
I mean, you don't want to start putting books aside, then that's like creating a hoard. You don't want to hoard books.
No, I don't want to hoard books, Al. I especially don't want people calling me the Hoard Master or anything like that. You know, that would suck. And then before I know it, people start putting me on blast in DMs and talking.
Come in now. Wednesday morning. What time Hoard Master coming in?
Tell me you're kidding.
Everybody. People call now on the phone.
Where's that Hoard Master?
Hoard Master working today?
Hoard Master. Yeah. All right, real quick. All right, so this is our last segment. So Al, we don't need all caps to be yelled at. So pay attention to the time. Let's sync our. We have a hard out at 7:57. It is now 7:34. So we have about, let's say, 23 minutes. 23 minutes to finalize this show. Give or take-ish. Okay. So let us just get right into it. Let us finish off the last of the Carnage books we have. Yes.
Real quick, the Kazar Dr. Doom that you have up there, I think it's Astonishing Tales.
Number 6?
Yeah, can you just do it?
Yep.
Price and condition.
Yeah, it is a very good minus. It's just a lot of wear. Again, no great tears, no water damage, no writing all over it. We got a lot of creases up here. You got a bunch of spine stress, things of that nature. Obviously, the corners are all rounded. It's a very good minus, okay? And it's $10. But again, what is kind of neat about it is Kazar fights Son of Satan, and Doom fights Black Panther. And there's a lot of debate if that is the very first time the Doom and Panther fight. Jason, do you have any idea? Al, any idea? Nobody idea if that's right or wrong?
It's a weird matchup, too.
It's a great matchup. Again, like let's be honest. What is the best trio battle? The Three Kings. Yeah. T'Challa, Doom, Namor. Like that. Like if anything else, rest in peace, Chadwick. But man, can you imagine a movie with T'Challa, Doom, and Namor? Oh.
Have they done Namor or Doom in any of those movies?
No, not yet, because that's all. But again, Atlantis didn't mention it, even though I was trying to get him to. And correct me if I'm wrong. There's a very not very well held secret where this unknown actor was recently cast, and when you look at him, he's the spitting image. Give him a little pointy ears, and he's Namor. And the casting is for Black Panther 2. Okay. So there's a lot of smoke around that fire, all right? Which is why, and again, Mike had a copy. I don't know if it ever made it on any of the shows, but we had a Submariner #1. And that book, not Golden Age Submariner, that's obviously thousands and thousands of dollars because it's a Golden Age book of a very famous character. But it was the Bronze Age Submariner #1, Roy Thomas, and I can't remember who was illustrating it at the time. Maybe one of the Buscema's. Yeah, it's John Buscema probably. And that book is really rocketing up in value because, of course, most people can't afford Submariner Comics #1.
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber was cast.
Name.
Ah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
He was the chamber.
Yeah. Actually, real quick, chat.
Justin Bieber. That's good. I would have said Jason Biggs, but
out of all of the Marvel characters, who do you think Justin Bieber would be perfectly cast for? I'm not even saying it would be good casting. Just who would Justin Bieber be in the Marvel universe? I'm curious. And while you think about that, let us quickly mention this is Amazing Spider-Man 362. This is a fine minus copy at $10. This is the second appearance of Carnage. Obviously, 361, the issue that precedes this, that is the first appearance, the one with a ton of value. But again, this is an awesome Mark Bagley cover. It's the first time that Venom and Carnage are on the cover together. It's the first time that Venom, Carnage, and Spider-Man are on the cover together. This was a big one for young Brendan at the time. I love this stuff. I was the perfect age for it. Carnage and Venom versus the Amazing Spider-Man. So issue 362, fine minus at $10. Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Melendez.
Thank you, Mr. Melendez.
Marucci got you just by the hairs.
Also, last week, again, we got a lot of books in, so we had to put on the back burner because we don't have as many keys in regards to Grendel. But we had a couple Mage number 6s, which was the first appearance of Grendel Hunter Rose in color. It is not the Comico Primer number 2. That's the book that's worth hundreds of dollars. But if you want to get in on the Grendel kind of speculation train now, probably your next best bet outside of the Comico Primer as the first appearance is, and I found one more copy. It's a very fine near mint copy of Mage number 6, $20. First appearance of Hunter Rose Grendel in color.
Tell you what, I don't think we have any Grendel number 1s left.
Yeah, no.
I'm pretty sure they all went last week, and that's the last.
That one I found because this was the one I tried to sell many times back in the spring, and no one cared. So maybe, I don't know, I'm getting this feeling that we're kind of ahead of the curves. Maybe we've been doing this for almost a year, and at this point, maybe we're starting to maybe get good at our jobs.
Kind of get your footing.
I mean, not good technical. In fact, hey, real quick, before we lose it, I want to thank Jason, not just for hanging out with us, but Jason really helped out when we had to go down on the local show. Jason came in and really figured out some of our router
He
issues.
came out the back and was like, "This cord's shot."
Yeah, so
that guy on his chest.
So Mike, if you're listening, I don't know if you agree with Jason, but supposedly the landline wire is not good anymore. If you don't agree, you can beat up Jason.
We'll
You know,
discuss.
yeah, you guys can discuss it. All right, real quick, I'm going to talk about 2 Amazing Spider-Man issues. I don't want to get anyone too excited. These are both, this one's very good and this one's very good minus. But still, if you're interested, this is part of the Todd McFarlane series of Amazing Spider-Man before he went on to the adjectiveless Spider-Man. This is issue number 325. This is a very good copy. Again, it's because it's well read. A lot of spine stress and stuff like that. A little bit of like this weird mark up here. It's only $4 though, so if you got to fill a hole or something. And then a really cool, this has actually become an iconic cover over the past few years and stuff like that. And it is the last Todd McFarlane issue on Amazing Spider-Man before he went on to the Spider-Man, you know, by itself. And that is parts of the Acts of Vengeance storyline, Amazing Spider-Man 328, where he's all cosmic and he beats up the Hulk. This is a very good minus copy at $5.
Why are you wasting everybody's time?
328, my bad.
Can I get
Yes.
328?
I wonder who wanted 328.
Thank you.
Who was the bum who?
I mean,
You know, I'm pulling this place to the ground.
I don't know what to do here because the chat claimed it properly.
Uh-oh.
You claimed the
Let
wrong
him
issue.
have it.
Uh-oh. Yeah, we got to be fair.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Because again, half of the reason why Jason, I love having you here, but we haven't gotten the chat letting us know.
I tried slowing down everything, and I screwed myself by speeding it up.
Mm-hmm. In fact, because of you, and because of the controversy that happened this week between Henry and I, Henry has decided after football season, he should hang out here with us to make sure that he can claim books before you.
We're going to clarify this now. Henry's getting his laptop in order, and he's going to watch football during the show in the store. So he can still watch the Eagles. I talked to him this week. It's okay by me. That's all that matters.
But no one asked me.
And, well, you know, you're not bringing the.
I'm not bringing the ladies, that's for sure.
Real quick to everybody, we did get. I mean, I guess like 2 collections in this week.
No, we got a lot more books coming in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, so keep an eye. Mike's. I mean, they're not necessarily going to be the best as far as grade wise, but it's definitely he's filling in. Like, I mean, his amazing collection is just like triple.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
there's definitely a lot more holes getting filled in. So check the bins, or if you're looking for stuff, let us know. Because if it doesn't make it to the show, I mean, we got a store to fill too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Fat Jack's is also a brick and mortar shop with a lot of comic books here that we can't do on the show every time.
I mean, there's six full-on boxes here to go through. Mike's got, I think, like 15 or 20 in Jersey that he's going through. So, and we're still incredibly short-handed. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned, yeah. And also, don't forget on the Facebook Comic Book Shopping Network, yes. Alan and Mike have 3 shows, 2 tomorrow, which is 12 to 1 and 4 to 6 tomorrow Eastern Standard, and then 10 to 12 on Tuesday. It's all on the Comic Book Shopping Network. Links to all the shows and to the
Instagram.
The Instagram is all on our Facebook page, and it was hilarious on Friday. Mike was like, "Yeah, I got these. I was gonna bring them on Sunday. Brendan's fine." So he's got a whole slew of stuff for his shows that it's, you know, usually we kind of run through the same stuff by the Tuesday morning show.
Yeah.
But Mr. Bruce, you got your mage?
Yeah.
All right.
Mike's figured it out. He's like, F that Brendan. He's like, that idiot has 1.5 shows and he spends most of the time bullshitting with Al. I'm the one who has to stand up there for, what does he do? 5 hours?
Essentially
5 hours. And again,
There's some dipshit trying to talk to him.
yeah. And Mike is an honorable, respectful man who just wants to just do his job, sell some comics, you know, just be a good person. While these 2 idiots, especially this one here, they just rattle on and act like assholes and fools and pretend that you are watching this not just for the books, but because you enjoy hanging out with us. There's no evidence that is true, but
I don't know. I honestly don't know what he has to go on there. I know for sure he's got a bunch of early Transformers.
oh, okay,
Marvel Transformers stuff.
nice. Oh, in fact,
Which was really cool to see.
I'm pretty sure he's got a Transformers #1,
I'm fairly certain.
and it's in decent. Like the first one he found wasn't in that good of a condition. He was like, that sucks, and then he found a better one.
We do not have any old Wizard issues at all.
No.
Wizard is one of those that,
I think the one Wizard issue that we did stumble on, this jackass bought it.
But yeah, Sam, those are very hard to.
But don't worry, if we ever do come upon any or something like that, they will show up on one of these shows, just because people are always looking for that stuff.
Definitely.
I think the only one that has real value is #1, right?
Yeah. Yours was polybag though, right?
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one he got. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we'll come through them, but he's got one bagged up with a trading card.
Yeah, it's so true. All right, let's pay attention to time. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, so for the last 10 minutes, I'm going to quickly, if anyone has anything to say, if anyone in the chat is curious about, so again, we have a bunch of Silver Surfers up here from the original series, and we also have Fantastic Four 55, where the Surfer and the Thing fight. We also have Fantastic Four 59, which is the issue where Dr. Doom steals the Surfer's powers. And then we have left from the Silver Surfer run 2, 5, 6, 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay.
That's staggering to me. I thought they would all go.
Yeah, the tough thing is there's a few keys in the series that always sell and have major money. And then there's other stuff that just people, you got to be a real Silver Surfer fan because, again, they have some value.
It's a small series though, so it's not, it's not a crazy thing to collect them all.
No, but in all fairness, I mean, it's a series that it's unique, it's niche, and it wasn't a highly published series.
I mean, I can count on one hand how many issues of that we've had in here since I started. Like you never see, it's just one of those.
In fact, most of the time, if you're buying Volume 1 of Silver Surfer, you're most likely buying the fantasy masterpieces from the 70s that reprinted those issues.
That's what I'm saying. Like we've had those on, and they go every.
Mhm.
But I mean, they're
affordable.
A quarter of the price.
In fact, the one big key, I'm actually surprised no one pulled the trigger on. Yeah, it is definitely that Silver Surfer number 14. Very fine minus at $100.
I mean, they did a facsimile of that.
Oh, they absolutely did, because the thing that in my research I kind of figured out is number 4, which is the iconic cover of the Silver Surfer versus Thor. That one is starting to get really expensive, and it's really starting to price people out. So I think people who are looking for sort of an iconic Silver Surfer meets a famous character and fights them for the first time, this one is becoming the one. It's sort of like the second appearances start to go up in value once first appearances price people out. Well, this is sort of like the next iconic Silver Surfer fights a superhero, famous character issue, and this one is slowly but surely starting to rise up in value. Because a couple years ago, this would have been like, I don't know, like a $50 to $80 book, but it's becoming like a $100 to $150 book, and that's not even CGC'd or great or any of that kind of stuff. This is raw. Okay.
Can you got an
Yes.
FF with the Thing fighting Dr. Doom?
No. The Thing fighting. They were next to each other. So yeah, they were next to each other. This is the Thing fighting the Silver Surfer. This is Fantastic Four number 55. This is a very classic cover again. Actually, it's funny. There's so many iconic covers, and it's Silver Surfer fighting somebody else, and it's always this interesting kind of aesthetic where one character kind of diagonally cuts up in the top frame, and the other character diagonally it's a dominant and submissive kind of covers, you know. I never really thought of the Silver Surfer as like a dom or like a submissive, you know.
He's so emo.
Yeah, he really is. That's probably why I loved him as a kid. He's very existential. In fact,
He's a lot of fun.
I remember I met a girl who was way out of my league when I was in high school, and the only reason she gave me the time of day is I was talking about comic books, and she was like, "What a dork! I'm gonna get away from this kid." But then I started to talk about the Silver Surfer in regards to Dostoevsky and Russian existentialism, and man, that girl came around to me.
She called you a dork, even though she's Dostoevsky.
Well, no. She was getting this comic book nerdy dork. No, she was a beautiful, smart. She was like older than me. I was visiting my cousin in college in Wilkes University in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, and there was this girl, and man, I was attracted to her, and I was doing everything I could to get her to pay me attention. She wasn't, and then suddenly I went into Crime and Punishment and the Brothers Kavanagh and compared it to Silver Surfer, and she suddenly like came around because she was an English lit major or something like that. Yeah. So this is a Fantastic Four 55. This is a fine copy at $120. Okay, so let's not run out of time. Okay, so we got about 5 minutes, and then we'll give away. We're not going to do the store show variant. Al had a very good point, but the gentleman that was going to get that, I don't know if he's still watching, but you're going to get the one we're going to give away, and I hope everyone has a good laugh. So before we run out of time, I want to quickly talk about the rest of these Defenders that we have here. First up, we have Giant Size Defenders number 1. This is a Fine Plus copy at $18. We then have Giant Size Defenders with Son of Satan being on the team at this point. This is issue number 2. This is a Fine Plus at $15. We then have Giant Size Defenders number 4. This is the issue where the Defenders fight the Squadron Sinister. I think this issue is from Defenders 21, then leads into this one. Anyway, Giant Size Defenders number 4, very fine plus at $25. And then we have Giant Size Defenders number 5. This is a very fine plus at $25. This stars the Guardians of the Galaxy. More importantly, it's the first appearance of Vance Astrovic, who would later be known as Vance Astro, who would later become Marvel Boy 2, who would later become Justice, and then later in the Jim Valentino Guardians of the Galaxy of the 90s, he becomes Major Astro. So this is his first appearance, this issue. That is Giant Size Defenders number 5, very fine plus at $25. We then have the first king size annual of the Defenders number 1, where Luke Cage was on the team, and the female Red Guardian. This is a fine minus copy at $8. We then have Defenders number 6, with the first appearance of this character who would later go on to fight Doctor Strange a bunch, but here he kind of looks like Black Knight. Defenders number 6, very fine minus at $18, and then we have a fine plus at $13. Here's number 9. Oh, okay, it was just it wasn't as in good a condition as the other Avengers Defenders Wars. This is part 4 of the Avengers Defenders War, where Tony Stark beats the hell out of Clint Barton. This is the Defenders number 9, Fine Minus copy at $10. We then have, this is the issue I was thinking of. This is the first time, Defenders number 13, where the Defenders fight the Squadron Sinister, and that becomes a reoccurring battle throughout the Defenders series. And then we have Defenders number 27. This is a very fine plus copy at $25. Okay, for anyone who grew up reading Marvel, Cosmic Marvel in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, the Guardians of the Galaxy are not the ones that most people who grew up in the MCU think of. And so the reason why this book has some value, it is the first cameo appearance of the character Starhawk, who would become a major character in the Guardians book. And if you don't know what he looks like, here is his first full appearance and first cover. Also the first appearance of his lover, who will later become sort of the body he shares, Alita. But this is a very good copy at $12. Defenders 28, first full appearance of Starhawk, and the first appearance of Alita, who would all become major characters in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and specifically the Jim Valentino 90s Guardians of the Galaxy series. And then we have Defenders number 29. This is a very fine near mint copy at $14. And this is a copy, very good, at only $4. This continues more of the Guardians of the Galaxy characters. And then we have, now this is really funny. I should have saved this for weird villain first appearances, the show that I keep teasing and I haven't fully put together yet because it's a lot of work. Defenders 32, very fine near mint copy at $10. Not only do you get the secret origin of Nighthawk, but it is the first appearance of the character Ruby Tuesday. If you're not familiar with the characters, the Headmen, it's obviously a Steve Gerber kind of concept. Ruby Tuesday was the very smoking hot woman, scantily dressed, but she has this weird red orb as a head, and it creates these weird, like, sort of shapes and stuff like that. And then, speaking of the last first appearance of these Defenders that we have here, we have Defenders number 94, which is the first appearance of Gargoyle. If you ever read the back end, specifically the J.M. DeMatteis run of the Defenders, Gargoyle is the one. He's all orange, and he's got like sort of the blue like suit and stuff like that. He becomes very famous as a late era Defenders character. I don't even know if he's still alive. He probably got killed in Civil War or something. But either way, this is his first appearance. This is a very fine near mint copy at $6.
It's Ruby Thursday. Ruby Tuesday was a restaurant in Jersey.
That was a restaurant here too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought it was in Jersey.
Ruby Thursday. My apology. All right, my apology.
Tuesday, it's great.
All right. Okay, well, it's 5 minutes to 8, so we pretty much sort of come to the end. We have about 2 minutes before we're really going to get kicked out. So before we say goodbye, first of all, I want to apologize for anyone who bared with us during the local show. We had a lot of technical issues. I don't always handle technical issues very well.
You don't want to apologize. You want to thank everybody for bearing.
Yes. Okay. Yes. Well, actually, I want to apologize for my frustration and behavior as I was.
Yeah, you should apologize.
But thank you, everyone, for being patient with us and hanging out with us. I was very frustrated. I put in a lot of work. I had this whole plan about how I was going to reveal all the books, and it all just got thrown out the window. And you know, I tried for you guys. I tried.
Stuck with us, and we appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us here on The Experience. Thanks, Jerry, for producing. Thank you for everybody who claimed books. Again, if you've claimed books for the very first time here on the show and you're not from the Philadelphia or Jersey area, we're going to need you to hit up our email, fjccshow@gmail.com. We're going to need to get your contact and shipping information so Al can send out an invoice and get those books shipped out to you.
Get the IG on there. Mr. Barucci, anything we missed, you can just hit Mike up or hit us up an email and we'll get you, because not everything got claimed. So if there's something we missed out on.
Yeah. And again, anybody watching this after the fact, all of these books, they're still available. They'll be here at the shop, either in our Center City shop or Mike might take some over to the Jersey shop. Also, maybe a bunch of these books are most likely going to show up again on Mike's shows. Why not? And then I guess at that point, all right, so we got to say goodbye. But before we do, I don't know if Art Hunter is still in the chat.
But you're getting our variant.
But either way, you are going to get our Captain America #1 by Rob Liefeld variant. But here's the real thing, okay?
Somebody signed that already.
Yeah. It looks like Rob Liefeld signed it. But here's the really funny thing. These three idiots were also going to sign it. So I really hope you didn't think that it had value, because here we go. Fat Jack's Comicrypt. I'm pretty sure this was even signed at Fat Jack's in the 90s. So here's me. Here you go, Al. You want to sign? Don't sign over that Rob Liefeld. Say, Jason, come on, step over here real quick, because we're about to be cut off. So I need to make sure. Yeah. And Jason, we're going to need you to date it. It is 9/26/21, my friend. So there you go. Why don't you sign that, please? Do not sign over Rob's signature. We're all going to share the same space, you know. So there you go, Mr. Hunter. If you're still in the chat, either way, boom, there you go. You get a Rob Liefeld signed book with a bunch of other idiots also signing it. I hope you enjoy it. Please frame it. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with us. We'll see you next week. Take care. Be well. All that good fun. Go Eagles!